Yeah, bro, we in a different age nowadays. The realest missing and the clumsy listening got the people tripping. My brethren, they be really bugging. That's on God. It's time to raid the place. No warrants, no warnings. And the counterfeits is getting seized cause they don't fit the bill. They ain't stamped with the same seal. Too many blind to see the writings on the wall. They need that real something they can feel. They got their hands out. It's time to stand out from the knockoffs. Be authentic, be a dominate some cubics. I can almost swear I saw them on Canal Street. Man, they got a fool. Everybody claiming they can do the job, but they missing tools. They play the same song, but you got a different tune. March into your own drum. Follow your heartbeat, see? Someone hate it when you true stitch and cut from a different cloth cause they fabricated. Or so it seems. Cheap vision selling bogus dreams. Elevation of the bulls acting vain. That's facts, Jack Black, how everybody acting shallow now. Big bro, they wildin' out, conceited. Yeah, at the table now, prepare to place the starving fam. 100 honest, tired of the cheering of the nonsense. Though they all fans, it ain't cool, time to redecorate and, you know, make room, all love, bro. From Baltimore to Brooklyn, I put that on your Timberlands. Now the picture clear, and you focused in. Time to hop in, photobomb, talk to him, con. I talk to him, I talk to him, con. Talk to him, I talk to him, con. Talk to him, I talk to him, con. Talk to him, talk to him.
Man, oh man, oh man, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. But I've been going through some things. Me and my team been putting together some masterpieces over at unifiedradio.tv, unifiedradio.tv, and trying to build that platform from the ground up. So definitely, I need you to go to unifiedradio.tv. Anybody that's listening to this, go on YouTube, Instagram, follow us, subscribe, please, because we definitely doing this for us, but we also doing this for y'all. We giving you a voice that you have that some of y'all may not want to use, or whatever's possible. But I decided to start coming back and putting out updates and daily things more now because I actually love it, but I'm more grounded now. And Unified Radio should be, on its way to, fruition, but I just don't like that I decided to come out this morning, on my way, taking my daughter to work. I said work. She goes to school, but for me it's work because she acts like going to school is me going to work. Like, I'll be like, oh man, some mornings you don't want to go. And I know a lot of y'all can relate to it, but I say, I'm going to do a podcast a day and I'm going to keep dropping them at least 4 or 5 times a week. Sometimes I want to do 2 a day, but we'll see how that works, especially when you have a 1-year-old running around the house going crazy. But we had another tragedy, another tragedy. Pop Smoke. And a lot of y'all might not know who he is. And then a lot of y'all may know who he is. His birth given name was Bashar Jackson. He went by the moniker Pop Smoke. He was an American rapper and songwriter. I know a lot of people won't be like, well, Pop Smoke wasn't a songwriter because I can't believe that he wrote the stuff that he wrote. Whatever case may be, he's a songwriter. Point blank, period. He was signed to Victor Worldwide and Republic Records. And a lot of y'all who know Pop Smoke probably know him because you probably were in the club or you have some nieces and nephews that's younger and they played this song called Welcome to the Party. Or you may know him from Dior. Just one Dior, I believe. But for me, it was the Welcome to the Party. Welcome to the party. His voice was so captivating because for me, when it comes to music, the voice, the it factor has to be there for me to actually start actually trying to figure out if I'm gonna like your music or not. Well, I'm talking about him because this morning in LA he was murdered, what they call possible home invasion. Um, the young man was only 20 years old. He was born July 20th, 1999, and passed away February 19th, 2020. Um, man, it's sad, and my guy was a woo, you feel me? So big Crip, man. Um, a lot of people like, well, it's gang related. A lot of people see anytime a gang is related to your name, people automatically want to say, oh, it's gang related. Sometimes it could be, sometimes it may not be, but a lot of times, when you see people of that magnitude being killed like that so easily, it's because, point blank period, someone in your camp set you up. I'm not for the whole debacle of, what they call those things, like conspiracy theorists and things like that. He even said that, he felt like he may be a target. A lot of people are saying that he became this target because he was, enjoying life, and what young kids do, they show everybody where they at. But it was a bag, a couple black bags, and for me, I really think he was just trying to show the name. Now, this is where the young kids get messed up at, because they live by the name of the things that they get. Hint, one of his biggest records was called Dior, and he always talked about him wearing Dior, and he loved Dior robes, Dior shoes, Dior pants, shit like that. So the name, and a lot of kids like to see when that people that they follow or they look up to is wearing these expensive clothes. Whew. I ever got chilly and you start like feeling like a yawn, but I do apologize. But they love doing that type of stuff, and sometimes they don't understand that, giving a person your every move, with a person your actual location, can possibly put you in a danger zone when you're a person of that magnitude. Pop Smoke was young. He just wanted to live life. Just like a Brooklyn kid that just want to get out. I was able to get out. Went to school, though I went another route. Got away from the streets and went another route. But his other route was music. But on top of that, his other route was, petrified by gang life. And a lot of people know once you're in it, anything can pop off, which is sad, but it's part of the game. But for me, I really believe that his murder, his killing, was a subject to jealousy. Definitely a subject to jealousy. Like I said, he was part of the Jack Boys with Travis Scott and who was Jack Boy. Who I think somebody else in there too, but yeah, like that he just dropped the Meet the Woo 2 that was part of Meet the Woo. His two albums that he did drop. Well, would you call it an album or mixtapes? I don't know what these kids be calling this shit now, because it just comes out so quick and you don't know it's coming out. Probably was an album. No, I wouldn't say it was an album. I would say they were mixtapes. But for me, they were damn good mixtapes. And for a person that started working out again, his music was motivational, like to work out for a workout. Um, they said it was other people in the home in Hollywood, Hollywood Hills home, that he had rented from. You know, we're not even going to get into that, but they said a group of people, including one wearing a mask, armed with a handgun, bust into the Hollywood Hills home Wednesday and fatally shot up, up and coming rapper Pop Smoke. But they also said that officers responded after someone calling from the East Coast reported that several people had entered his friend's home shortly after 5 a.m. So I'm confused. Like, that shit is confusing me and making me upset when I think about it, because why did someone from the East Coast have to call when it was other people inside the house, supposedly? That type of shit don't make sense. I don't want to speculate. I wasn't there, but just from a person outside who lived life, if you're in a house and somebody break into the house and shoot one person up, how the hell then you call, but someone from a whole nother side of the world call 911 in California? And if you know, like I know, if I call 911 in Baltimore, New York, Virginia, PA, California, Nevada, like if I'm in one of those states, Florida, and I call 911, I'm getting that 911 service of whatever state or city I'm at. You have to have an actual number to call 911 in a whole nother state. Or you call your local jurisdiction and then they have to try to find a number to transfer you over to. So it's a lot of crazy shit behind that, because I'm just, from like I said, outside looking in, that shit just don't make sense. Like, how the fuck excuse my language, but how in the world can other people be in a house? And then when you think about it, it's like, yo, son, like, could he possibly lived if someone inside the home had called? Like, it's a lot of different shit. And then there's a video going around of the paramedics trying to revive Pop Smoke, which is sad because people is sharing that shit at a high rate, which is wow. Whew. Thinking about it just makes you be like, damn, son. Like, they already say when you get out of a situation or when you're in the prime and you're in that profession as music, well, music, that's where it happens at more so with music, because movies, radio, you can be hot, popping, all that. People don't look at those people as, you got to be in a hot movie for the shit to sell, for you to have bread. You got to have a good radio station, podcast, whatever, YouTube channel, whatever the fuck you do. it got to be good for you to have bread. So people don't look at people like that as automatic breadwinners. But when it comes to musicians, they look at them as automatic breadwinners, and they feel as though that shit, you my man from the Sandlot, how you not gonna take me? Or a woman be like, yo, I've been with you since the XYZ, how you not take me? And then they set that ass up. Then I just starting to feel like LA don't like my Brooklyn niggas. Or LA don't like Crips. It's something right now because Crips down at an all-time high. That's famous in LA. But not only that though, like Brooklyn, damn, just take me back to Big, man. Some of y'all probably like, who the fuck is Big? You really can't be and say you're a hip hop head, but anyway, man. Of course, you know they always gonna lie and say he was pronounced dead at the hospital. I really believe that he died there. But you know, it's worldwide thing where if the person died on the street, the city or the state have to pay for the funeral. And to avoid that, person always dies at the hospital. Now, and that's what I'm saying. Like the police said that they detained several people inside the house, but they later released them, and then told them that 4 people fled from the scene of the crime. Yo, son, like being that, like nobody shot back. Now, I'm not even talking about violent. Like someone was murdered, right? But it's like when you talk a lot of shit in your rhymes, or you doing a lot of this, or you bigging up a lot of your homies that's supposed to be shooters or killers. But when shit go down the fan, everybody just happy that they living. No one shot back. No one, what? Like no one seen it. They just heard it. Like I'm just fucking confused. Like it just doesn't sound right. And I just feel like he was a target. They didn't want nobody else. I know how this feels. My nephew was murdered recently. Well, the end of last year, you know, he was targeted. And this shit just is senseless. But, and you know, like recently in LA, a lot of homes of entertainers that, well, not even at homes, because a lot of them are renting their homes, you know. And these entertainers have been targeted several times, you know, several home invasions and robberies and stuff like that. But nothing came out of it like this. Like this was, it just felt like this was targeted and they really meant to kill him. They weren't looking to just rob him. They were looking to make a statement and murder him. Now, like I said, a lot of people are speculating that he brought it on himself by bragging and putting mistakenly, because I don't think he gonna put his address out there and I have no weapons. You know what I mean? You're in LA, then it's just crazy. And then you have people like Blueface coming out there saying that, oh, see what happened when you didn't get checked in and you don't check in and whoop-de-woo and why. Like, yo, disrespectful fucking comments, because you could check in and still somebody want to murder that ass. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I almost felt like, did you have something to do with that shit? Because you're telling people that he didn't check in, and it's what happens when people don't check in. That's how I took that shit. So it seems like sometimes people want to stay relevant and want to talk down and ill will on the dead, or just not even realizing that what they're saying is still fresh to a person that was just murdered. Like, keep your fucking mouth closed. But that's normal for him and his camp, because his manager, Whack 100, always running around talking ill will about the dead. I.e., when Whack 100 was talking down on the late Nipsey Hussle and saying all these different things about him not being a legend and he not this and he not that. But he never said none of that stuff when Nipsey was living. And you know, I just hope that they really do investigate this in LA before it gets ugly, because this can actually turn into a war, because, you know, you got a lot of these, you know, Woos and, you know, Crips over East upset about it, and a lot of people over West upset about it as Crips. So it could be turned into a war. So I'm just hoping that they really do whatever they got to do and get to the bottom of it. Everybody know he was part of this Crip street gang. He'd let you know on every song, damn near every song. He let you know, his woo nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's part of that woo. I'm not even gonna get into that, because if you don't know, you don't know. Man, so yes, we definitely just lost another life, another, it takes, like I said, XXXTentacion, you know what I mean? Another one of those, another Nipsey, this is a person who was destined to be great, cut down, you know, just life cut down quick. Like I say, he was only 20. He didn't even hit 21 yet, you know. And that shit was just crazy. Like I said, man, it don't make no damn sense. You know, he was on his way to greatness. I know a lot of people like, he's gonna be great. Y'all said that same shit about Future. Y'all said that same shit about Lil Boosie. Y'all said that same shit about Chief Keef. Y'all said that same shit about, Black Youngster. You said the same shit about, Yo Gotti and all that. Like, people that you don't understand, or people that you don't like, because it's not the music that you like, people always say, how can he be great in the distance? They don't know this and that. Because you don't know him don't mean that 2 million people didn't know him, So, I see a lot of people that went out there and reached out and said their condolences and things like that to Pop Smoke, and letting them know that, even though he was young and his type of music, like a Redman, went out there, put a post up on Twitter, letting him know, send his condolences to his family and things like that. And how he was, like I said, on his way to greatness. 50 Cent went out there, he says no such thing as success without jealousy. Treachery comes from those who are close, and RIP, which is facts. Like I said, man, like, people who are closest to you have the easiest access to you than the people that really are your enemies, which is crazy. And then your enemies are the people who, get the information from your closest ones. And then, the craziest thing, your closest person wind up murdering you before your enemy do. Not only that, my man had shows that were sold out. shows that were sold out. And he was about to start his Meet the Woo tour starting March the 2nd in DC. He had a whole bunch of, from when I was looking at a couple weeks ago, he had posted on his Instagram that, about the shows, but he had like 8 to 10 shows that were already sold out, which is big. Even Never Brooklyn homie reached out and posted on her Instagram and said, Brooklyn King, rest up, Young M.A. And, it is just heart-wrenching that, someone like this in the hip-hop society is being murdered constantly, and we just keep losing them before their music becomes, what's the word? Like before the music becomes acknowledged at a high masses other than what it is. But yeah, man, definitely go help his moms, listen to his music. If you never heard him before, go listen to him. Pop Smoke, man, I'm about to sign out. This shit hurts. This definitely, it's definitely hits home, because for a person that listens to music and start really digging this artist, and for him to be so young and how his life was taken is senseless. It needs to stop. But yeah, like I said, like from Chief Keef and him, it was like you had your New York drill scene, but you also have your Chicago drill scene, but it was all different. But man, like I said, you're in heaven or whatever you believed in, brother. Welcome to the party. Dior, Christopher Walken, and a lot of people I seen, because of you, Pop Smoke, a lot of people been putting up there, just little verses from that Christopher Walken. Bitch, I'm a thought. Give me lit. That shit be fire. But all right, man, like I said, it's Talk to Him Con. I'm back. And it's going to be fun.